It's like, what do we need to do to make change, and is education a part of that? And like, I would just like would want to say straight out, I don't think actually education is the most important aspect of it. I think that there is multiple things. I think there's a lot of things that need to be done, but education is one of the important things.
But how can you connect it to make it easier for, let's say, people to understand?
What to understand?
Creating a coalition of all these different issues.
So I think that if you're looking at, when I think about building coalitions and political work, I refer a lot to Antonio Gramsci. And Antonio Gramsci was a leader of the Communist Party in Italy back in World War I and World War II. And he gave a lot of thought on why there wasn't a revolution that occurred in Europe, but it happened in Russia. And some of the key components that he talks about are, and I think is really important, is just like the one thing, if you want to see the left make some change and to gain hegemony, one of the big terms that he uses, then two, the other term is historic bloc. And this historic bloc needs to be set up, and it's something that has to be done on a conscious effort, something that we're working towards. And it's because the left that doesn't have that historic bloc that they don't have hegemony, they don't have power. And the right does a really great job. I mean, Trump is an example of it, a really great job.
They're very successful.
Building that historic bloc and hegemony. So, and I was having this conversation just to make the point of the education, because I love education. I think education is really important, but it's not the only thing, because there's all these parts, these collaborations of, churches and unions and different institutions, and then that to get that historic bloc, we'll be able to we'll have those collaborations in a way that we need. We'll be able to do all the things that we are always talking about, and doing something about the homelessness situation, actually, and then doing something about poverty. And we'll have hegemony to be able to do that.
So you feel it's political. Does everybody feel that we really have to politicize what we know and the information that we share with others to educate them?
It's a different type of political, though. It's not directly like this understanding of electoral politics.
Yes.
I think that could be part of it, but it's a very with Antonio Gramsci is that there needs to be cultural change. This cultural political realm needs to happen. And the education aspect is that, yes, the education is important, and it's called building class consciousness, but that class consciousness doesn't mean that just someone it gets a bad rep. I mean, a lot of people, when the left use it, they think that they're calling rural people stupid, but it's that they have a different consciousness, and this different consciousness is brought by education. But the thing is, look at what Trump did. He talked about TPP. He went to coal miners, right?
He did. He went to West Virginia. He went to Pennsylvania.
And
he went to Wisconsin. I mean, and I'm from Middle America, and I know, and definitely in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, those people were ready to vote for Bernie Sanders, not Donald Trump.
Right.
But when that was taken away from them, there was no way they were going to vote for the creators or anybody associated with the creators of NAFTA, the bad, really, trade agreement. So it's understanding political strategies and how those work too.